So the format tonight is we'll start with 2 to 3 minutes from each panelist. Hopefully David will catch up with us. We'll have a discussion and then we'll open the floor to questions. And Nick is going to go first.
I would like to begin by issuing a protest against this evening. Jean Seaton is about the finest woman I know. I don't mean this as a joke, I don't mean in an English way. I mean, she is the finest woman I know. She provides you with intellectual succour. You can always go to her and talk to her. But this evening is a disgrace. Absolute disgrace. To say that Martin Bright is not even on a long list for journalists when he has been fired by the government, when no one left to give him any support, Gordon Brown goes for him. This is not a story for the BBC. It's not a story for any of you people. It's not a story for The Guardian or The Times. The Prime Minister sacks the political editor of the New Statesman for doing a programme about Ken Livingstone. And it's not even a right-wing programme on Ken Livingstone. He says Ken Livingstone is in league with fascists. Ken Livingstone is in league with Jamaat-e-Islami and Muslim Brotherhood. And I guess you people don't even know what that means. It's like saying he's in league with the BNP and Combat 18. Whatever it is, 18 or 88, whatever. And then you say, but the runners-up are Peter Oborne and Peter Hitchens. Wow! Wow! Bring on your talent. Utterly mediocre men who've never risked anything on conservative papers, where guys who go out there in left-wing press and get fired don't even make the World Shortlist. Don't even make it. And it's sort of, that's okay because it's Jenny Abransky. Who would have fired me or Martin Bright? It's Ian Jack, the greatest driver known, but a Stalinist, essentially, had a bust Lenin on his wall. Never understood the way the modern world went on. Ferdinand Mount, a Tory. There are journalists in this country being fired, being closed down, being shut up by liberal establishments, and you can't even recognise them. You can't even say what the fuck is going on here. You can't even say, oh, Martin Bright, well, he's all right. Oh, good boy, nice boy, give him, not quite a prefect, give him a badge, try better next year, try to be a good boy. It is absolutely disgraceful what's going on in journalism in Britain. And Orwell, of all people, Orwell would have revolted against this. He was revolted against Ian Jack. He was revolted against Ferdinand Mount. He would have hated Jenny Abransky. And he might be wrong to do it. Bear that in mind. Bear that in mind. Jenny Abransky may not be an utterly appalling woman. I think she is, but there you go. I'm from Manchester. I'm a grammar school boy. I instinctively despise people like that. Ian Jack was my editor. He was the best editor I ever worked for. But Ian Jack wouldn't tolerate dissent against left-wing consensus. He doesn't even understand it. Doesn't mean he's a bad man. But he's nothing to do with George Orwell. Ferdinand Mount, lovely Tory, a great writer. What on earth's it got to do with George Orwell? I think it is wrong what is going on here right now when journalists are being fired and pushed out and bullied and shut up by the BBC, by the New Statesman, by The Guardian, and a prize in the name of George Orwell. Can't even recognise it. What fucking hell? Why isn't Martin Bright on the shortlist of this? Why is Peter Oborne, a man who spends most of his time trying to shut out the journalists, why is he on this? Because it fits your view of the world. Now, that's fine. Call it your view of the world. Don't rob the grave of poor old Orwell. You leave that poor old guy alone. He will want nothing to do with people like you.
It's always good to start a debate by subverting the form and not answering the question.
No. I'm saying, what have you got in common with George Orwell? You answer the question.
What have we got in common with George? Have I got in common?
Yeah.
The ability to ask questions. And seek answers.
No. The ability to take stands that might cause you some suffering. When have you ever done that? Please. And I just sat here and listened. Martin Bright's not on the list, but Peter Oborne is, and Peter Hitchens is. For fuck's sake, these are people on 100 grand a year.
Nick,
these are people who have never risked anything in their life. They're the people who always made prefects in your school.
All right. Let's try and get. Let's just. This is in the fine tradition of Orwell debates, because I remember
know nothing about Comrade.
Peter Hitchens did exactly the same last year, from this panel.
I was sober at the time.
Well, I can bore you with examples of my
Peter, are you still here?
Hi there.
Yeah. Have you ever written anything that the Mail on Sunday says, whoa, that's too left wing? No, you're a pseudo radical. You say you're rebelling against the left, you do it on the Mail on Sunday. You try rebelling against the left on the Guardian. You try doing what Martin Bright does. Who gets fired? These people get fired.
Well, it is interesting, Nick, isn't it? It's the left that fires people for disagreeing with them, but that might be...
Yeah, well, we kind of think we can do it, unlike it.
Just calm down the personal attacks and stick to the matter of principle, and you might make more converts. But to behave like this in public, honestly, you just make yourself look silly.
Yeah, your point.
I wasn't invited here to debate, but I can't really sit here and be serially insulted by someone who plainly doesn't believe what I write.
My point is this. My point is this.
I take a short break.
My point is this. I've got a list here of names for the journalist shortlist. And Jean is all over herself saying, well, actually, we can't have Martin Price on. Even though he's listed as a new statesman.
But Nick, you were invited
to... We've got Peter O'Bon and Peter Hitchens. Well, no disrespect, Peter.
I get here to...
Right.
So did I.
Please move on to that debate.
Yeah.
Actually, all this personal stuff can be dealt with.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think you made your point. It'd be great to get to the issues.